Hey everyone! I'm going to do a 3-deck review with 2 types of Kipper and tea leaf fortune cards. And we're going to start with the Kippers just so we have more room for the tea leaf because that's a big deck. I'm going to start with Alexandre Musruck's Kipper Oracle cards. It's more of the old-timey. This was my first Kipper deck. Comes in a really nice flip box lid. No booklet though, but it does have an accompanying book that you can get separately that does explain a lot of stuff in it, but I didn't get it that way. So, and I'll go ahead and I'll show you the cards. It's a very well loved deck. You have, there we go, main male, main female, marriage, a meeting, which is the same as the courtship card in the Fin de Siecle. You have the good lord and the good lady, which are the mature people in the Fin de Siecle. A pleasant letter, which is a message in the other deck. False person, a change, a journey, lot of money, a rich girl, which would be the privileged lady in the other deck, a rich man, which would be the wealthy man in the other deck, sad news, which would be, I think it's a message of concern, success in love, his thoughts, a gift, small child. I sometimes see that card could also mean, like, you know, pets too. A funeral. The house. The living room, which is also the family room in the other deck. A military, which is the official person in the other deck. The courthouse in the other deck. The thief in the other deck. The thievery. High honors, big luck, there's Goddess Fortuna, unexpected money, expectation, and I vaguely remember the timing of the cards. Expectation, I think, is known as the 3 months patience card, if I recall. The prison, legal matters, short illness, grief and sorrow, murky thoughts, occupation, a long road, which is also known as the 2 years patience card, hope big water, which is the same as the distant horizons card in the Fin de Siecle. Now, when I started playing with these Kippers, I realized there was not enough people in these decks, so I actually have 2 Fin de Siecle decks, and I have marked the couples differently, and I'll show you that in a second here. Let's just go ahead and go through them. So, I have one main male with gold on it, sort of representing solar energy, masculine energy, and another where there's silver on it, to represent lunar energy or feminine energy. So it kind of helps ID individuals a little easier in a spread. A little easier. Main male, main female, marriage, courtship, mature man, mature woman. So that's why you see the silver there and the gold over there. Message. This is a week timing, if I recall. And marriage, I think, was springtime because of the cherry blossoms. Still learning the timing on a lot. False person, change, journey. Now with these cards, you'll see a C and an M on every single one, although it's really hard to find. That is the author, Ciro Marchetti, just so you know. Privileged lady, Wealthy man. See, there's the C and M. See if I can find it in everyone. C, M, message of concern. C, M. It's like Where's Waldo, right? Lovers, thoughts, C, M. Gift. Oh, I forgot. Oh, there it is. I found it. Child. Oh, there it is. Found it. All right. No, we're not going to do that. Coffin. House. Family room. I had the hardest time trying to find the CM in here too. I think, oh, there it is. CM. Official person. Courthouse. Thief. High honor. Great fortune. There's Goddess Fortuna again. Unexpected income. Expectation. Imprisonment. Adjudication. Bad health. Despair. Concern. Occupation. Pathway. Distant horizons. Poverty. Toil and labor. And community. Okay. So, in the book for the fin de Siecle, it does go into a lot of detail. There's descriptions of every card, as well as their significance next to other cards. Like, for example, let's just arbitrarily pick a page here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read the previous. Number 13, Wealthy Man. We meet the wealthy man in his mahogany-paneled office at the end of a successful trading day. With top hat and gray suede gloves in hand, he's satisfied as his ticker tape machine shows the stock market is doing well. As the handsome male counterpart to the privileged lady, card 12, he might be thought of as a venture capitalist, banker, financier, or entrepreneur. He stands for career success, business acumen, smart plans, rational thought, and well-calculated risks. He's generally well-disposed to you and will grant you access to his old boys network. In same-sex questions, he's the partner of the main male, card 1. Watch out if this card is next to false person, card 8. When you see this combination, read the fine print and double-check your plans. Are they realistic or is it a ripoff? With other challenging cards, he can be a bad career news, tough office politics, or arrogance. And then there's actually a few people that have contributed their own versions too. So like additional meanings and stuff. Like the wealthy man may be a younger man or a company, business, or employer. This card brings good news. It's especially auspicious for money matters. And then this card will show you opportunities and chances. So it's like every card kind of does that. And sometimes they'll include like timing of it or other helpful identifiers, you know, as far as timing, as far as circumstantial identifiers as well. So like, for example, the coffin, the timing generally depends on placement, but can represent a dark time, night, or winter. That's a good example. So, these are good decks. I did find it was hard with our modern groupings of people, for those of us with large families, you know, blended families, in-laws, steps, etc., etc., etc. Could be very hard to just work with 6 people in the deck, so I got a second deck for that. But you may find one is good enough. And then the tea leaf fortune cards. I never really got a chance to open the book with this, but I'm going to show it to you right away. The first 50 pages all talk about reading tea leaf and history and just a bunch of cool stuff about tea leaf reading in general, not just the cards. And then it'll also talk about how to read the cards as well. And then on page 50, all the way to the very end, it actually goes into detail about each one of the cards. So, aside from what's already on the card, you can read it a number of ways. So we'll just quickly go through these stacks because there are 200 cards. They're not terribly large. I actually had my first tarot deck was the Mother Peace Tarot, and it's like twice the size of this. I could not manipulate it whatsoever. So this is actually a decent size. I do have to break it into two. I'm always impressed when I see readers be able to manipulate the entire deck in one fell swoop. Every time I've tried that, it's just a mess. But here we go. Wedge. I'll just show them to you real quick. And there's month cards in here too, as well as categories, like Astral House categories, success. Okay. The back side of the regular ones. Once we get to a month, I'll show you that. So you can mix them up or separate them. There's a lot of ways to do these cards. Can you see them? Okay. Get a little twisted here. You can see it's already starting to become cumbersome. There we go. This deck has a lot of variety in terms of how you can use it. If you're trying to just divinate for spiritual advice, there's that in here. If it's more tangible that's there in there. If it's someone external energy to you, it's in there. Someone is behaving stupidly. We haven't seen a day yet, have we? There we go, or a month. That's the back side of the month. Stork, parrot, crown, well, bee, younger woman. Try and quickly go through this. I don't know what space I have on the phone. I do like a lot of the artwork of this too. There's some colors in here too you can kind of color associate your reading with as well. And there are references to astrologicals as well, not just Western Vedic and sidereal, but also Chinese. I have seen native bits and pieces. Personal interests are in here too. That's one half of this deck. There we go. This deck has a lot of great variety in it. Across the board. And it wasn't terribly expensive. I mean, in the store, they wanted, I don't know, 40 or 45 or something for it, but I went on Amazon. Got it for under 30. I like the May card. It's really pretty. So is the wreath. These are all illustrated by Shen and Alexandre. The deck was done by Ray Hepburn in the book too. I like that one. There you go. Alright everyone, that should be the last of my deck reviews until we get some new ones. So, just to catch up on the past year and a half worth of divination. So, if you feel inspired to do your own readings, it's helpful to do your own. I also find it's very helpful to tap into the assistance of others as well. Especially since, you know, as psychics, we can't foretell our own futures because that would be cheating. We can only go so far, right? All right, everyone, have a good one. Bye.